Can you tell the difference between meat that has been in the freezer for 5 years versus meat that is from this year? I have some elk burger that is 5 years old, and then I have some elk burger from this year, and then we have some elk steaks. The oldest I could find was 4 years old, and then we have some elk steaks from this year. So we're gonna make some burgers the way that I normally make them, and I'm gonna make some steaks the way that I normally make them, and then I'm gonna have everybody in the office come in and test it blind, see if they can tell the difference, which one's old, which one's new. I'll go ahead and say right now that I will frequently eat older meat that I find in the freezer. I try not to let it get that old, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't happen from time to time, as can be seen here with some of this old stuff that I found right now. We'll go through and compare just visually what it looks like having the 5-year-old meat versus this year's, and then also just taste, see if people can tell after it's cooked and what do they like the most. For the steaks, I'm gonna get these seasoned and sit out for a little bit. I'll let these warm up to room temperature. This is the 4-year-old elk steaks from a bull that Kara shot. Definitely some blood in there. But as far as the looks of it, there's no freezer burn. There we go. We got 4 steaks there. So we have our 4 old steaks, and then we have our new ones. This has only been in the freezer for a little while. And as you can see, even without the vac seal, we got the freezer paper. There's a little freezer burn on there. So that's another variable to add in there, but I'll trim off that freezer burn. This is whole muscle. I generally don't pre-steak my stuff, so we'll cut steaks out of it now. So 4-year-old meat, new meat. There's definitely a color difference. This one's got some more, some more oxidization on it, a little more brown, not quite as good looking off the get-go, but still very much edible. I'm gonna salt all of these and let them sit for a little while, pull a little moisture out, dry them off, then I'll season them, let that sit for just a little bit, and then we'll cook them in some butter. Got the steak set aside now to see how the burger looks. This is our 5-year-old burger. Definitely some discoloration. There's definitely oxidization, but then this is freezer burn. So I'm just gonna trim off these little chunks of freezer burn. So there's our old burger without the freezer burn. New burger, definitely a little less oxidized. Looks better. Visually, of course, I'm gonna choose this one, but we gotta see what it tastes like. So I'm gonna kind of mash this up, and what I do for my burgers is I just season it, add some butter, and cook up burgers like that. Few things I'm already noticing, which are throwing variables that are unwanted into my test, is this burger was ground in a finer plate, which I started to do. This was ground once, the old burger was ground once through a coarser plate. So there's gonna be some differences just in that, but I won't tell them, so they won't know, at least when they're tasting it. So, old burgers, new burgers. All right, I salted these and they've been sitting for a little bit, pulling a little moisture out. I'm gonna go ahead and pat them down just to pull any extra moisture out. For simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna use pepper on these too. I already got a bunch of salt. Let them sit for just a touch longer, warm up, and we'll get some butter heated up in this pan and cook them up. It's interesting that those bigger, older steaks cooked more quickly. Get the burgers going. All right, we got a pile of meat here. I'm going to plate it up, see if these guys can tell. Okay, there's 2 plates of burger and there's 2 plates of steak. One is 5 years old. One is this year's.
5-year-old. All right. For some reason, this one just looks older. It's a little more well done, but it just looks older. Like it has like a leathery look to it.
Looks aged.
Yeah. I'm gonna start there. It's good. This one's definitely really chewy, like leathery. So like it looks leathery and it tastes leathery.
Not in a bad way though.
Yeah,
it still tasted really good.
Yeah, it still tastes really good. I think this one tasted fresher. So I'm gonna say this is the more fresh, and this is the 5-year-old meat.
Did one of them, did it taste bad at all? I won't be offended.
No, they were both really good.
So you would consider the old meat to be edible, whichever one it is?
Certainly.
Okay.
Certainly.
This plate just has like that aged texture to it.
Yeah.
And then this one, as far as just how tender it is, it tastes fresher. So my guess is going to be the same.
For the ground meat, I'm kind of getting the same thing, where one is a little different texture.
Would you like prefer to not eat one? Is it bad?
No, both are fantastic. It's just texture's a little different.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm basing my guess off. Guessing this one's the fresh one. This is the 5-year-old.
This plate right here has a little bit of that aged meat taste to me. This one tastes fresher. This one tastes like it was aged a little bit.
Okay, before the other guys get in here, you are correct on both your guesses.
All right, let's go. So which one should I try first?
Doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
Sugar burger.
Just send it.
Oh, I can taste this one a little bit better. It's not that that's bad or anything. That wasn't one of the older ones.
You're correct. Would you say like they were inedible though?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
So what to me, like the moral of the story so far is that it's certainly better. It doesn't get better after 5 years.
No. But this one definitely has like a more aged. But no, they were both great. I mean, they're all great. So, I mean, I'd eat all of them.
There's two steaks, 2 burgers. One's old, one's new. Same with burger.
All right. Let's see what I can find out.
Well, between these two, this one seemed just to be more tender. So naturally, I think I'd say this is the fresher meat. It's all good though.
That's what. Okay, so there's like
Nothing's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have one more.
Got one more.
If I'm gonna guess, so this is the new one, or newest. Same with this one. These are old.
You got the burger wrong then.
Because I feel like there was a slight flavor difference, and the flavor tasted to me a little bit
Yeah.
better there.
We here.
You get the nice.
What do I do? Just
cold. So there's 4 plates, 4 different kinds. 2 are old, 2 are new. Steak versus and then burger.
I can't really tell the difference between those two.
You have some guesses?
No,
No.
I can't tell the difference between any of them. They all.
So
taste-
are they edible?
I mean-
like we didn't do any. Did
Oh,
any
they're
of them?
all edible. I would say that maybe the least. I didn't like the taste the most of this one.
Okay.
I feel like you tried to trick me because this one's like these look overcooked. So like I would say that this is the newer one, this is the older one, and I'll guess that this is the newer one and this is the older one. This is newer.
That's the newer one. That's the freshest.
It's good to know that you can eat. What is it? 5 years old or is it more?
Yeah, that one's actually 4 years old, and then that burger is 5 years old.
Gotcha. It's good stuff. I'd eat it all.
Noticed a few interesting things. There's just too many variables. Even though I tried to find the most similar cuts that I could and similar animals, it's just I didn't plan this out 5 years ago. I was just digging through the freezer to find the oldest meat that I could find, stuff that fell to the bottom. So this is the older steak, and it's obviously way more well done. So they were same thickness, but then these steaks, the newer steaks, I cooked for way longer, yet they're way more rare. So despite being on the stove for way less time, these are more well done, and they like shrunk down. So I don't know if that's because it's old or because of some other variable. But then the same thing happened with the burger, where the newer burger is more rare in the middle, and I also cooked them longer. So counterintuitive to have the thing that you cooked longer to be more rare, but I don't know if there's something that happens with moisture content or what, or if it was just happenstance. But the biggest moral of the story to me is it's still all edible. The texture of the older meat is less desirable to me, but the flavor's still there. It still tastes good. A few more anecdotes just from years of doing this, of butchering animals. Vacuum sealed bags are the best if it doesn't break. But in my experience, they tend to break. It's hard, especially if you have a freezer that multiple people are grabbing stuff out of, or you're moving around to find something. You just end up with holes in the bags, and they end up getting freezer burnt. And then that is the worst product, is if you have a freezer bag that gets a hole in it, and then you get bad freezer burn. With freezer paper, you also get freezer burn, but it's more consistent, it's more predictable. You can shuffle stuff around in the freezer and it doesn't burn nearly as bad. But if you do it improperly, even on this video, you can see as I had the new meat, there was a thin strip of freezer burn just from where that seam was thin. That was kind of a mess up on my part. But if you do good freezer paper job and wrap it up nice and tight, then it's pretty solid. After probably 3 years, you start to notice some more freezer burn. But within 2 years, minimal freezer burn, generally on freezer paper. It's nice to know that it's still perfectly fine to eat. The flavor's still there. You lose a little quality for sure, but definitely good to eat. At least unless, I start, crapping my pants later. We just fed everyone in the office. If everyone starts having gastrointestinal issues, we'll let you know. But I think everything was good to go. I'm gonna put the stuff in the fridge and gonna have a bunch of old meat for leftovers all week. So that's all right.